Okay, thank you very much. Taylor, nice to meet you. I'm Dave from HeyUGuys.co.uk.
Awesome.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the movie. What's it like to be a leading man?
Oh boy, it's this was very different. It was challenging. I mean, the schedule was busy. It was tough. There was a lot of preparation, but I was very fortunate to be surrounded by an amazing cast in this one. Couldn't have done it without them.
And the cast is something I wanted to pick up on.
Yeah.
Fantastic veteran cast that you get to work with. What were some of the highlights that you had from working, and were they able to give you tips and tricks that you could learn that they learned on the way?
I mean, the biggest thing for me was just being able to be on the same set as them. And I mean, acting opposite people like Sigourney Weaver and Alfred Molina, Jason Isaacs, Maria Bello. I mean, that's a dream of mine. So it was very surreal for me. But just being able to sit back, watch, and observe them was amazing for me.
And the fight sequence with Jason looks pretty intense. Did you, I assume you had to practice choreograph that and learn it, and did you get hurt doing it?
There was a lot of choreography. It's a long, intense sequence, and if one of us was off by one punch or one block, we're literally getting knocked in the face. Thankfully, nobody got seriously injured, but I mean, we had the gloves on, so we definitely went for it. We were roughing each other up a bit. We weren't holding back, but it was fun.
Excellent. And your leading lady that you play opposite, Lily, how was the chemistry with her? Had you worked together? Had you met before?
We had met a couple times at like random events before, but no, I mean, that was the first time really meeting her and getting to know her and working with her. And I was very surprised, but at the same time I wasn't, because everybody knew that she was the person for this role. And she did, though. She continued to surprise us throughout filming. She's very talented, and she does a great job in this movie.
Some of the other stunts, like being tied to a car and stuff, do you ever get scared doing that sort of stuff, or do you revel in it and you absolutely love doing it?
I probably should be a little scared, but the problem is, no, I wasn't. I was just so excited. I mean, when I read this script and I found out that I'm going to be riding on the hood of a truck, flying down the road, and I'm going to be doing parkour through a baseball stadium and all these crazy intense fight scenes. I was very excited, and I was very thankful to be able to do pretty much all of my own stunts. So it was a good time making it because of that.
You mentioned the baseball stadium. Yeah. How was that shooting in that? Because there was, 20,000 people there.
That's right.
How do you shoot a film with a real life game going on, which I just read was the shortest game in their 10 years or something?
It's terrible.
With people around you all the time. I assume their extras are close by, but the wider audience.
Well, so we had the baseball stadium to ourselves for 5 days, except one of the days it was a real live baseball game, and that's when we got all of our wide shots, and pretty much any of the shots where you're seeing thousands of people, that was shot during the live game, and that's a lot of it. So we had a ton of stuff to get during that live game, and usually a baseball game is about 3 hours with the intermission. This one was their fastest game in a long time. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and so we were really rushed, but it was good. We were able to get every shot we needed, but it was exciting to have real live fans there instead of extras. There were no extras on that day. It was just all fans. But it was difficult at the same time because they didn't know we were there filming a movie, so they were they didn't understand why there was huge cameras and actors walking around while they're trying to watch their game.
So being a leading man is very different to obviously the Twilight stuff, which most people would associate you with. What's the biggest challenge for you? Obviously being on camera the most is probably very difficult, but do you find that much more difficult to do that, or did you miss your supporting cast around you?
I was probably a little bit of both. I mean, the supporting cast around Twilight, we've all become very close and good friends, so we have a great time making those movies. But it was great to switch it up and have a new cast, a completely different role. That was challenging for me, throwing Jacob aside and forgetting about him for a second and diving right into Nathan's shoes. But that's what attracted me to this movie, is because it was so different.
Cool. I've got to wrap up, but just a quick question. Could there be a sequel, do you think? It doesn't end in a way that it's just the end. It could carry on.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it seems like anything can be made into a sequel these days, but I mean, we're focusing on Abduction and Abduction alone for now.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.